peace. This is about Leaving Neverland's Dan Reed reveals one devastating scene that was a last minute addition to the documentary. And of course, as you know, Leaving Neverland was on HBO at the beginning of this year. And of course, I don't have HBO, so I don't know what's what. But I do know that Wade Robson and James Safechuck are compulsive liars totally, because they have lied on Michael Jackson so much that it was tarnishing his name, destroying his legacy and everything. And I think either this one is Wade Robson or James Safechuck. It's kind of hard to tell who is who. The documentary maker behind Leaving Neverland has opened up about the filming process, revealing that one heart-rending scene was added into the two-part program at the last minute. So the documentary maker was behind Leaving Neverland, and the documentary maker opened up about the filming process, revealing that one heart-rending scene. Now, what rending heart scene could it have been? Because James Safechuck and Wade Robson are compulsive liars. They were not telling the truth about nothing. They just kept accusing Michael Jackson of sexually molesting them, and that was never true at all. Dan Reed's documentary, which aired on Channel 4 in the UK and HBO in the US earlier this year, featured in-depth interviews with Wade Robson and James Safechuck, two men who have accused Michael Jackson of grooming and sexual abuse, claims the late singer always denied. Now, these two are definitely compulsive liars. This is all propaganda. This is all by the elites. And of course, they're going to accuse Michael Jackson of sexually molesting Wade Robson and James Safechuck. These two gentlemen are actors. They do not tell the truth about nothing. They lie on Michael Jackson. Speaking to IndieWire in the light of Leaving Neverland's Emmy nominations, Reed explained that one scene involving Safechuck in a jewelry box was filmed more than a year after their first main interview. So now there's this alleged jewelry box that was filmed more than a year after. So why film the jewelry box a year after? Why couldn't you do it before? Why wasn't it filmed before, but why wait till a year after? It just doesn't make any sense at all. And of course, here's Michael Jackson and James Safechuck. Now look at James Safechuck here when he was a child. Does it look like Michael Jackson was touching him? No, it doesn't. So that proves that Michael Jackson never ever touched this boy ever. In the scene, James opens up a jewelry box that he alleged Jackson gave him in return for sexual favors. In the devastating scene, Safechuck claims that one item of jewelry was given to him as a wedding ring. Wedding ring? Really? Come on, don't you think James Safechuck has really gone a little too far this time? Why can't they just leave Michael Jackson out their mouths at all? He's not here to defend himself. He's not. And of course, with Wade Robson and James Safechuck, they're just going to keep dragging this narrative on, saying, oh, well, Michael did this and Michael did that. No, he did not. Because Michael never did anything with these children or nothing. He only helped children who were sick. Yes, they came to his Neverland ranch. And yes, they were sick, and Michael Jackson has helped them by showing them love. And of course, with Wade Robson and James Safechuck, these two gentlemen were jealous because they were not getting the attention that the 6 kids were getting. Well, apparently, when somebody is sick, they need a lot of attention. And of course, with Wade Robson and James Safechuck, they just rambling on and on and on and on, and saying, oh, Michael did this and Michael did that. Talking through the scene's timeline, filmmaker Reed said it took him a long time to find the box. The house was not big. He found it eventually and we went back to the location for continually, and he sat down and opened the box. So Reed is saying that it took him a long time. Well, first of all, Reed was not there when all this alleged thing was supposed to be happening. He was not there for it. How could he be? And he said, well, the house was not big. He found it eventually. So what did James Safechuck do? Did he plant something in the house or what? Because he must have, because the way he's lying on Michael Jackson. Calling the moment incredible, Reed continued, it was like opening up some kind of physical memory. Literally, his hands started to shake, and he became short of breath, overwhelmed by feelings that washed over him from the past. The intensity of emotion when he took out the ring when he got married. Alright, so James Safechuck got married, but not to Michael Jackson. James Safechuck does have a wife. And of course, he isn't going to talk about her or anything like that. But Reed continued, it was like opening some kind of physical memory. What physical memory? It better be his wife, because, it wouldn't be Michael Jackson, that's for sure. And of course, James Safechuck's started to shake, and he became short of breath. Short of breath, doesn't everybody become short of breath? Not just one person, there's everybody. There's a lot of people that will become short of breath when you're doing things. And of course, he's saying overwhelmed by feelings that washed over him from the past. So what now they're just saying, oh, this past, this and that. Last month it was announced that Leaving Neverland had been nominated for 5 Emmy Awards, including Outstanding Directing for a Documentary Notification Program and Outstanding Documentary or Nonfiction, for the first one, special. Alright, so now we got this alleged 5 Emmy Awards. Well, first of all, it doesn't deserve no 5 Emmy Awards because it was all one-sided. It was all about James Safechuck and Wade Robson. That's who it was mostly about. There was nobody else in this alleged documentary. And of course, whenever Jermaine Jackson gets done or just fixes everything what he needs to fix, he will redo this documentary over again, because it's this documentary that aired on HBO at the beginning of this year was a one-sided show. It didn't have nobody else in it but those two. The Jackson estate has denied the claims made in the documentary and criticized the film when it first premiered at the Sundance Film Festival. And so the Jackson estate does deny all these allegations. And of course, and criticized the film when it first premiered at the Sundance Film Festival. Now, the Jackson's estate did not give permission to air this on HBO. They did not. HBO didn't want to listen, so they went and did it anyways. Even Dan Reed was right along with them. So, and of course, all these lies that are being told on Michael Jackson is not true at all, because everybody has been lying on him, and everything else, saying, oh, Michael did this, did that. No, he did not, because these people have lied on him. And of course, with James Safechuck and Wade Robson, those two are going to go to jail eventually for lying. They're going to go to jail sooner or later for lying. And when they do, they're going to wish they ever lied on Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson has done so much in this world that you would not believe. Tours, charity. He had a zoo on his Neverland ranch. He helped sick children when they needed somewhere to be, somewhere to go, because the parents work. And Michael has done a lot of things. And there is nothing in this world that can say, oh, he didn't do this and didn't do that. Because you will all be lying. Michael Jackson has done so much for everybody. But when it came to Wade Robson and James Safechuck tarnishing his name and his legacy, that's where the buck stops. Because this is not right for them to be lying on Michael Jackson right now. They have lied way too much and did everything they could to tarnish his name, and they're still trying to do it, and they're still making Michael look bad, even though Michael Jackson is not here to defend himself. Leave your comments below. I am out.